Good evening, Randomizer fans, and welcome to Final Fantasy Randomizer Winter Tournament, Chaos's Winter Carnival. My name is Lord Fizzlebeef. Joining me in the booth today is Softnum. How's it going, Softnum?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing today, Mr. Beef?
Awake, despite all odds. We've got Fleury14 versus shadowmrt241 in what already looks like a pretty alright seed roll. We got Forced Fighter and Forced Black Mage. How does that sound?
Well, if we take a look at the blurstings here, and we see that the fighter resists, let's see if I can do this, poison, earth, death, time, and status. Which is not too bad. It's a pretty good little set there.
This is basically everything outside of Fire, Ice, and Lightning, so if we find a dragon armor and a tail, that is effectively an auto ribbon.
Right. Well, and it does cover, I believe, all of the instant death now.
Yes, it does.
All of it, yeah.
Yep.
So, that's pretty good. Our Black Mage rolled some interesting blurstings here. They have a plus 10 hit percentage and a promo fighter armor. So once you find that dragon armor, you could put it on Black Mage if you felt like it. And with a minus 10 MDef, which is kind of
whatever.
Hey. So yeah, and it looks like Shadow Mr. T has gone for a thief, which gives us axes and some extra luck, which we will have especially no trouble running. For lack of a pro ring, which is it's alright. Okay, you can hit me. What are our white mages looking?
Well, the white mage, we've got improved Thor Hammer in case we have dreams of melee for some reason. We have plus 20 vitality, so they're going to be very large. The price for that, though, is no exit, and exit tends to be a pretty useful spell in this flag set.
Yeah, and it's curious that Shadow Mr. T definitely will not have access to exit until the fighter pops. So, assuming it's even. Oh, hey, look! We have Fast and Nuke and Fire 3 for Black Magic, and Fade and Heal 3 for White Magic. So, yeah. You rolled this, didn't you?
I might have.
Are you tired a little bit?
I don't think I'm going to outdo my handiwork from earlier tonight, but it is off to an impressive start. Also, there was a question in chat for what's the malice on our Force Fighter? It's minus 10 vitality, which is not as painful as it sounds due to the way that fighters generally generate their health. Will we notice it? Yes, but it won't be terribly disastrous.
Looks like Flurry and Shadow are both kind of following the same path on exactly the same seed slot here, too.
Alright, we didn't get Power Gauntlet in the first 3 boxes, so safe to say this is not going to be the same thing as earlier.
Let's see if Fade or Nuke wins here. Looks like Nuke won on Shadow's side.
Alright, what do we got from King and Princess? We got Oxyale and Rod. Okay.
That's certainly something to think about while we go visit Mindy.
So, they're a tale of two problems, really. The problem with Earth Cave is that there's never anything in there you actually want to fight, so you're never going to get levels going through there.
Right.
And the problem with Sea Shrine is that it takes so long to get there that really all other advantages of it just don't matter just because it's so far out of your way most of the time, unless you happen to need to do Waterfall, which is very rare in this flag set, I find.
Yeah, I have to say I've seen lots of people go check it, but I don't know what it is about the item placement, but it's very often the chime or something that we're probably
Yeah.
not going to use.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where, like, it is in a normal flag set, it would be a required item, but because we only need 2 of the dungeons, like, we don't have to go out there. We don't need the chime out there or the cube or whatever ends up out there.
Right, for sure. And the way the logic works, the inner C things still kind of have to be in the inner C to a certain extent. So stuff is forced out there. We have vanilla ship.
Okay, and level 2 magic looked pretty garbage across the board. Like, yeah, we had ice 2, but that's about the only thing I really cared about.
Yeah, I mean, Saber's there, but nobody took it. Or, I mean, I guess Shadow took a thief, so
maybe, but even then, it's
We're very excited about this feat. Yeah, picking up Harm 2. I mean, if I would took the White Mage, I'd probably take Harm 2 just because there's nothing else in that slot you're going to use those charges for. But
exactly.
Kill some arachnids when you end up in Marsh Pool.
So both our runners basically neck and neck here. With our current magic loadout, I'm not really seeing a YOLO ice dive in either of our runners' futures. I think we're going to do the sensible thing, head down to Alflin, check out magic. Flurry heading to Crescent, I don't hate it.
Yeah, without any Warper exit, ice always looks way less inviting. Walking out of ice is the worst feeling. So.
And I noticed in the Provoca armor shop we had gold bracelets +5 for right around 7,000, which is a bargain, and those things are enormous.
Yeah, no, that was really good. And I saw that Fleury actually spent the time to buy. There were some copper bracelets in Corneria.
Shadow Mr. T heading to Ice Cave immediately.
Making the ice play we were just very recently poo-pooing here. We'll see if it pays off.
This is a bold strategy right here. Yes, we have Nuke. Yes, we have Fade. Hooray. But we don't really have levels to have that many charges, and not even saving and just storming inside. This is bold.
it's a pretty bold play. You're counting on your turnover. I will note that Shadow has put the thief in the front, which will help a little bit because they won't get back attacked quite so much. Although I just say that, and the White Bees just ambush the heck out of Shadow. So.
But this, I think, is part of why I find this play so fascinating, is that disrespecting Ice Cave like this is usually the surest way I can think of to just lose 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you're never really gonna die on the first floor, but man, we're like, if we get down to that bottom floor and something rumbles us, that is a ton of time that we might have spent like nuking and fading things for levels like we're doing right now.
Right, and I mean, it's like we were just saying, it's just as long to get out as it is to get in. So you could pick up whatever it is, but then you gotta like claw your way back out of it too.
So Fleury gets the ruby out of the Circle of Sages. So at this point, our answer is probably either marsh or ice. There could be a vendor item that fetches into like a floater or something, but it's probably going to be either marsh or ice. And we have Fleury headed to marsh while Shadow Mr. T is in ice.
Yeah, I mean, Shadow Mr. T has managed to take a few levels here, which will help that survivability. I haven't seen anything real. Well, there's a trance. It's not too bad, though.
I was about to say, you mean that? This right here, Like, you disrespect Ice Cave. Oh boy.
Yeah. The 6-pack race with Trance, I think, is probably going to make this regret. Yeah.
Question chat, is that level 1 nuke? And as chat also points out, yep, level 1 nuke and fade. And Shadow Mr. T gets bounced all the way back to Provoca.
Yeah. But maintaining their composure, doing the sensible thing. Gonna go. Hopefully, give us our first look at Ice or Elfin, since Fleury kind of snubbed the elves in favor of March.
Chat trying to give me credit for something here. Commentator curses, you gotta love them unless you're the one playing. Hey. Ice Cave doesn't need any help. Ice Cave is a spicy burrito, like, 7 days of the week. Like, it didn't need me to get there, it was already there.
we did not curse that was going to happen. So life is level 3 here, which is nice. And I saw... Oh yeah, Warp is level 3 black. Oh, well, required Marsh anyway.
And a required Ice. So... Welp.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so. So, okay. You're in Shadow's spot here, or maybe you're in Fleury's spot, and you know you got to go back to Ice. What do you do? Ice, or
if I'm in Shadow's position, like, I gotta cut my losses and I gotta head for Marsh. If I'm in Fleury's position, I gotta wonder if my opponent did Ice, but I think with the resources in hand that we have, I would think, no, I don't think anybody's done Ice, and just think that I still have a competitive time right now.
Adamant. That's what that is. Oh no, it's the Ruby. That's right. For Shadow, but doesn't really help. I would be tempted to stop off at the volcano, see if there's something there that interests me. Oh, not that way.
No. With Trance, so Shadow Mr. T has information of what the problem today in Ice is, and that's Trance, and that's really, you can't gear your way out of it, and the time it would take to level our way out of it being a threat is just an impossible amount, more time than we have and still hope to win. So you gotta just head back into it, but just drop a save out in front of it first. Question chat, grind tile anywhere? No, we have... I don't think we made it to one in Ice. Or if we did, I forget what it was.
The Marsh was like... I think it was Wizards. Sounds right. I don't know, it was not notable. It was not something we wanted to grind, for sure.
Oh hey, level 3 life. That is red learnable.
That should help us... That will hopefully help us get through Ice anyway. If we have the levels to actually have a cast of it.
Level 4 life 2, that is white locked.
Yeah.
What do we got over in Black Magic? We got... There's our Temper and our Lock 2.
And everybody's been kind of routing interestingly, so I didn't catch it. But if they manage to pick up Warp out of level 3 too, that'll help this foolishness here.
Question in chat. Solutions for Ice Cave. Do we grind the encounter table out? Do we find on what part to dive to avoid the bad counter for as long as possible? The issue with trying to route out wraiths in Ice Cave is they're just in too many encounters on too many floors. I think it just has to be a case of you run away from everything else, and as soon as you see wraiths, just fire everything and hope you get there first. If you have a thief to auto run, that thief can auto run instead of like doing an offensive action. Or basically anything that doesn't have like nuke or fade should just run. Normally that's not great because you tend to end up with like a thing alive and you run away and you get no experience. But to avoid trance, absolutely.
Yep. And Shadow Mr. T does make it to the box. And is wisely just going to... doubling back for...
I mean, we're here? Question mark?
Zombie D is the worst thing to find here, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I would not take a grind here. I don't want to get tranced on the way out.
Oh, no. I not at all, but... It's, we're gonna run at least one. I'd be tempted to at least kill the one I found, but yeah.
So, question chat, what I miss? So, pretty easy magic seed so far. We got our Force Fighter, Force Black Mage. The Fighter is a Dragon Armor away from being auto-ribboned. The Black Mage dreams of melee someday in some far-flung future. Our items sent us towards either Ice or Marsh. Shadow Mr. T dove Ice immediately after Provoca, but didn't save on the way in, got bounced out by Trance Wraiths. Fleury did Marsh, came up with the loot, and now we're both in Ice Cave trying to dig out our canal.
And Shadow Mr. T making use of the equipped axes on the feet to put that Light Axe +5 on.
Light Axe +5 is pretty good. I'd take that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And microwaved a seafood party pack here for
That's a real good tile to get experience on if you can survive it.
Well, and to the point you were making earlier, like, I don't want to use all my nuke charges on the seafood party pack and then get tranced out of the dungeon. So... But it looks like Shadow Mr. T is mostly clear here. Gonna check these.
Going for greed.
Yep. 4 gold.
Well, greed didn't pay in rewards. Let's see if we get away with it.
We got out there, unlocked the inner sea here at 15 minutes. Still not too bad. It was the canal, so probably just go figure out what the Titan and Sardo's hiding.
Yeah, right now, the question of who is ahead is an interesting one. Shadow Mr. T is going to hit unknown territory first, but Fleury14 is up the marsh dive and has the loot, which Shadow Mr. T is gonna have to track down at some point. So I do give a slight edge to Fleury at this point, but that'll depend entirely on where Shadow Mr. T goes, like, now-ish.
Oh, there's pro rings for sale in Elfland. We can sell an opal ball.
I actually, of the new blazings that we have, I actually kind of like equipped gauntlets because that actually gives me an excuse to equip Opal Gauntlets, which I haven't done in what feels like years.
I always just carry them around assuming I'm going to do something with them. And
Mm-hmm.
so, I need to do that.
Yeah, they're just plated bags of money. As soon as I need extra money, find the armor vendor, throw them in the wood chipper.
Fleury also out, only about a minute or two behind, which does, to your point, mean that Fleury is ahead, having completed everything. Shadow Mr. T coming back to float.
I expect this is a run for the gold bracelets.
Oh,
I didn't see how much we had, but yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Yep. Forgot exactly where those were, so put on Shadow Mr. T here to travel about it.
So Fleury giving our first look at level 5 magic. We got Red Learnable, Exit, and Wall. Oh, question chat. Found the vendor item? We have not.
No, I remember.
And then Ice... Chromalocked Lit 3 is fine, because Ice 3 is generally just better.
Yeah, and Exit's probably the star of a find there, but
Ooh, so Shadow Mr. T going to go ahead and do Marsh now. Gonna get that loot. Fleury still ahead. Probably 3 to 4 minutes at this point.
we know that this is probably a good play on Shadow Mr. T's part, but sort of an interesting routing from their perspective.
It strikes me of just kind of full clearing the seed, which I don't hate it as kind of a strategy where like you have Ruby in hand, so you just full clear the inner sea stuff and then just push over to Titan and Sarda, and then hope that that sets you up for go mode, or at least hands you fetch to get you into go mode.
Yeah, I mean, on the one hand, like, this is a good time to do it if you know you need to, but on the other hand, if it's Chime or the Slab or something that we just don't care about, it's like, it's a lot of time down the drain.
Right. So, Titan and Sarda handing us Herb and Adamant. We're probably going to turn those in before we head anywhere else. All we need is the key for go mode.
Yeah. Oh, we did pick up the rod too, so it's not a required
Terrible gear shops in Melmond.
cloth minus 3. Does that mean that like you put it on and it's easier to hit you?
So the hilarious thing about armor and blessings is I believe there's a thing where armor still has to have a minimum. Oh, I just looked away. Did I miss a cue? I'll just give it to him anyway. Hooray! So.
Oh yeah, we didn't kill him though.
No, we don't want to. He's our friend.
Oh, it's the courage of our friend.
Where was I?
Something about cloth and rolling my.
Right, there's a thing with gear blessings where no matter how low it goes, it still, I believe, has to give a minimum absorb amount of 1. So cloth can go as minuses at once, and it will still be the same as like regular cloth armor. Yes, it will have an increased evade penalty, but I maintain that evade stats on gear is not real because you just pave over all of it with 6 invis casts anyway.
Certainly not sure that you're wearing your cloth armor with its evade anyway.
Yes, and
little loopy loop here with adamant to I believe adamant to TNT to
so TNT, herb led to TNT, which led to a ribbon. The adamant led to the slab.
Oh, that's
so whole lot of not great help right now.
no, and that
The one,
that technical go mode here too. Kind of overshadowed.
yeah. The one thing on the tracker that I'm looking at, and I'm just thinking, oh boy, is I would hate to go down to clear out Bahamut and Ordeals. Well, actually, Crystal wouldn't be bad there because you could go south to get it. But like, if you get a waterfall and you get the Crystal, that's just the worst.
Basically, as far away as you possibly be from though Ordeals in the boat is better than Ordeals in the airship.
Mm-hmm.
So don't always hate that play when you don't float it yet. Fleury is indeed taking that opportunity here. And you have warp, which does make the killer moves slightly terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow Mr. T making a run up Earth here. Finding the eye we didn't want. But helpfully, if you have fun enemy names on it, tells you. Right there. Here is just nope, don't touch it. Just leave it.
But taking on the vampire, probably heading down to get first Orblit, while Fleury in Ordeals.
Yeah. Our runners here making their way through the seeds. While we're waiting to see what Lich has in store, Ordeals has in store for us. If you like what you see, come join us on the Final Fantasy I Randomizer Discord. We're in the middle of our increasingly inappropriately named winter tournament here, but
It's January. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
it's January still. It's not going to be January by the time we're done, but we will be putting a new duckling season together come April, and then we always have a competition after that. Duckling is sort of the new player pod. I'm still in here, so I will be having the new player experience with a bunch of other people. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. People are great. It's a good time.
And to update, Fleury in Ordeals picked up one of the loose ribbons and the defense sword that had a plus after it. So Ordeals, and also the incentive was the bottle. So bottle doesn't give us what we want, but 2 good pieces of gear make this an easy win. Even if, we don't end up doing anything with the bottle.
Yeah, I always find the bottle a little awkward because it's technically like a free terrain, but man, is it far away. Shadowmr.
Oh.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that was a mercy there for our friend in the paint.
Oh.
Looked like he was hallucinating a completely different game.
Ray Dwarf's our friend.
He was mumbling about Kafka or something. He seemed like the right system for
that. Meanwhile, in Bahamut's treasury, we get a white shirt, which will pair nicely with that defense we got. We got the Opal Plus. We got confirmed Lazy Bahamut.
Lazy Bahamut.
Coral plus 5 is not bad.
Not a terrible sword to have on hand, especially red mages and everything. Not too bad.
I love just like what I picture Lazy Bahamut as is Bahamut just kind of there, like in a recliner, just like watching old reruns on the TV. And it's just like Warriors alike. Go get like just hand me one of those beers. It's like right behind the chair, and you go and hand it to him. It's like, oh, now you're you did it. You're promoted. Just get out. Go on, get out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Bahamut is a cheesehead, and so he's watching the Packers. Just wants the Light Warriors to go away.
So, Fleury considering options. Is Shadow Mr. T gonna do the Ordeals play? If we're still opening all the boxes, probably gonna be pretty happy with it. And Fleury goes for the on-rack continent. We still need to find the floater, which is either vendor shop on this continent or in the waterfall itself. It'll be interesting to see if we do Sea Shrine while we're here.
Yeah. I feel like that's not a terrible play. Here, sorry, excuse me. Just because here, not a lot else kind of open to us right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, might be the play. We'll have to see at some point. I was a robot trying to get on the waterfall house first. Do you think the robot can't leave because he's in a waterfall and he's going to bust if he steps back out?
I think he can't fit through the door.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. Maybe he found some self-repair in those boxes, and he repaired himself, and now he can't fit through the door.
I mean, it could be that, but also he could just be like well built, and when he crashed into waterfall, he just crashed down into the room, and he's like a 10-foot robot trying to get through like a 4-foot door.
I could see that. Yeah. This is quite the pack here that Shadow Mr. T has stuff. It's got Sleep, and Trance, and Scorch, and the Spectres are somebody had something else too. Just not having a. Oh yeah, heat. There we go. This is just like not having a lot of fun here. Oh, not required waterfall.
Oh, well then, that puts Flurry in go mode. So I'm thinking sea into earth into go.
Yeah. Go to sea. Go to earth. Be done. I think Flurry taking another little second to consider the options. The key items here have been a little weird. I don't really blame them for taking a second. Because, yeah, I'd stare at that map too.
and Flurry leaving on-rack without checking either of the item shops. The floater could have been for sale at one of those, I believe. Oh, nope, we're looping back. We're thinking. We're considering. We're looking.
Let's be confused.
Yeah.
I know that this is actually like kind of Flurry's first pass in. Oh, well, there it is.
All right, look, a floater.
Probably what we were looking for all along. You don't need to buy a second. I should have let you move.
And Shadow Mr. T also picks up the good gear from Top of Ordeals.
Their bottle. Still not gonna see here.
Must have decided that we just don't want.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, floater into volcano into Earth, probably. Not too bad a run. Volcano does sometimes have the goods for the grind time.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. T gonna come in here now and hopefully it's halftime, so Muhammad can promote us here.
Yeah, Flurry headed straight for Volcano. This is probably to check for a tile that we can do a solo grind on. Yep.
Not that one.
There's 4 options of tiles in here. We struck out with the first one. Oh, interesting. We are full clearing armory. Or at least something resembling a full clear.
Our hairpin, at least. Unless we're gonna make some bunnies. Mr. T checking the other shop. Full
Did he
service,
pick up?
but not really what we were looking for.
Second tile in Volcano is a bust. Oh hey, our dragon armor.
Pretty well equipped fighter at this point, too. So. believe Fleury picked up the floorball.
Did we pick up the floorball? Where was that? I don't think we have.
Oh, have we not? I thought it was, I must have just... It's fine.
I've seen a couple seeds today. I might be hallucinating.
I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. This is my third or fourth as well, so... I think I just made that up. Sorry about that.
So Fleury opting for the exit and housing up. Get the party back to full resources, and we're going to head downstairs. See if we're going to check options 3 and 4 for tile grinding.
So I'm gonna say this because the squares in front of doors are not encounters, so you don't actually have to dodge the people that spike into the volcano. You can almost just run right across.
So we don't check Agama tile in the first room. Maybe we'll just check it in the room that everybody goes to grind to anyway. We're doing some full clearing down here. We're gonna grab one of the better trap boxes down here as shadowmrt241 headed into Sea Shrine. Free pro ring is, I mean, it's a free pro ring, but like, I don't think we needed it. What was it? Completely free seed fizzle rolled? We don't talk about that. That didn't happen. That was a fever dream. Everyone was so enamored by the art that they imagined that seed.
I didn't see it happen. I'm pretty sure it didn't.
Okay, gonna check Agama tile.
Ooh, that's close. And I guess it's close. Certainly not. Oh!
For lack of better available options and the fact that they open with dark, I would consider this. Depending on what their second spell is.
I mean, I would take this to 20 or 23, I think.
No, we're abandoning.
Knowing I was going to turn around and go try and fight Carry. We carry at 17 spot.
Comment in chat, it'd be interesting to see the stats on what 2 orbs are most popular in these pod races. Volcano Earth, maybe? Volcano, definitely. Because you don't need any, you don't need any, extra items to access it. Like, you can access it from the start. Second place, I'd have to say, is between Earth and Sky. Probably Earth, though. But I've seen a lot of Sky plays.
Sky has the advantage that it's really easy to get to, and the dungeon itself is pretty straightforward. Volcano, definitely. That's just number one. I think Earth is number 2. I think every CF and track 4 has been at least one number has done Volcano Earth. So you just kind of get sprinkled in OC and Sky in there a little bit. Check the Earth tile. There's water, so I guess Earth Cave is to be cute.
It just makes me think of Stardew Valley. We found one of those fishing ponds inside the cave.
Oh. Yeah. So... Yeah. I can't figure out what's going on here. You're supposed to be asleep. What are you doing up here? It's come and bothered me several times.
So we found the phantom tile, and we found 2 bad tiles to grind up on the top floor. Fleury heading deeper inside. I wonder if Fleury will check the tiles on Earth 4 as Shadow Mr. T up against Kraken. We're going with some evasion strats. 5 hits 131 out of the fighter. We only have one
With the fighter
nuke.
was...
I missed it as well. We only have one nuke or fast charge left. Incoming dark is not gonna do much. Temper goes off on the knight. That is an axe of some sort. I believe it to be a light axe.
It's that light axe they pulled out to you. Could be the great axe, because I'm pretty sure they got...
Could be. Could be.
Oh boy! We cast lamp. I think that's the first
Alright.
time I've ever seen lamp cast.
You can mark the bingo tile off. We cast lamp and it was effective.
Yeah, it worked.
5 hits 351 out of the night. Nuke going off.
Oh.
Fade going off for 260 takes down Kraken. That is Shadow Mr. T's second orb.
Yeah, and Shadow Mr. T hasn't even, like, risen the floater yet. I'm very amused by this. So at 45 minutes, we are in, we could go to Topher and go visit Chaos. Now, we're level 20, so I don't know that I'd advise it, but at this point, given everything that Comms knows, I might just try and go grind Topher. It's not any worse than anything we've been offered so far.
It's true. Question in chat, what does the encounter table look like? I haven't noticed anything, like, spectacular that stands out one way or the other.
There's a medium amount of runoff of set, but nothing awesome.
Alright, what does Fairy Hand does? Fairy hands us a crown.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. What do we got left? Slab. Yeah, because the crown is most likely the slabs. So that chain's gonna end in half of sky. The other chain's gonna end in the other half of sky. So. Oh, I don't know if our brothers have checked Corneria Lock yet either. Oh, I don't know if this is a tile or just a counter.
That's a tile. That is one of the 2 tiles on Earth B4.
Oh, nice. Well. Oh, I love grinding in that ground because you just bounce between the tiles.
And Fleury is opting not to take it. Possibly for fear of scripts in here, or possibly just the annoyance factor of having to try to get the rest of the party down.
Maybe I could see a world where we're gonna go kill Lich first,
Mhm.
and come back.
I mean, maybe, but like, Lich isn't a threat.
That's true. It's true, but sometimes I mean, Lich could have something nasty that you can't slow them. I don't know. Maybe not.
Not anything that a level 30 fighter couldn't just power through.
Found some trolls in front of us.
So Shadow Mr. T opting for, I think that was the Coral Sword?
One. Some odd. Okay. 600 hit points. Better Mr. T, checking the Astos tile. Oh, some boxes first. Silver Hammer, Giant Sword.
Opts to leave the grind tile check behind.
Found the crystal behind the crown. Flurry off to Phil?
Refill heal pots and probably pick up the gold bracelets.
Oh. Okay. Shadow Mr. T gonna come in here and check the dwarven.
Chat calling out that Shadow Mr. T must be in desperate search of a better weapon.
Probably a good intuition. The dwarves have nothing. So much for dwarven engineering. So that was just
I mean, they managed to engineer a very large room to put their nothing in.
It's true, but you had to give them the dynamite to do it.
Look, I have built this enormous treasure vault into this cave. And it's like, no, you didn't. You just blew a hole in it. You stuck a door in front of it.
And we use it to store our iron helm and soft. And to be fair, a lot of gold at this point.
Ooh. So...
yeah.
Oof. Shadow Mr. T, I believe, now has the information that if he wants a Vorpal, he's got to go to Lefane to get it.
Yep. Looks like we are going to opt not to go to. Or maybe we're just going to check the box here. Oh, I never noticed that on Shadow. How's that? Shadow Mr. T's little ears wiggle. Only when you're facing left or right, though.
So Fleury and Shadow Mr. T both in TOF at the same time, both in Go mode at the same time with 2 orbs lit. It's just a question of, was this a Hail Mary attempt to just find a grind right next to the final dungeon? Or is this just the latest stop in our hunt for something resembling an endgame weapon? For Shadow Mr. T, it was just a step on the journey and we're headed elsewhere. For Fleury, let's find out.
Fade for the fighter, and fast for our ninja. We're gonna do this. I wouldn't be surprised if we went boxing for
Call it 5220. Fleury first into the Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Finding 4 frosty.
Did anyone catch Fleury's levels? No, unfortunately I did not.
So the last level up I saw on Fleury's screen was level 2. And that was like post glitch, so it's gotta be level 6.
Looks like we're taking fights. I saw the fighter at around 21, so...
Everybody's at 21 right now.
It's not great.
Got life for a fighter, it's a good idea.
E, 9 bad men. Nuke 'em, fade 'em, rank in the experience.
With the most good. Ooh, they have more than 183 hit points or whatever that was. Those bad men were worth 2 levels. Look. I was going for a soda theme when I filled this out. I don't really think it works, but that's okay. It's making me happy. Last-ditch effort Topher boxes.
I mean, we got a nice +2 shield.
And a house, which we can't use until.
I mean, we got a nice +2 shield.
I'm pretty sure we had better shields than that coming. But, okay. Maybe not. Maybe Ice +2 is the best shield we've found. Yeah, chat says it looks close. It is. It's extremely close. I think Fleury's a little bit better equipped. I think Fleury's found all the ribbons. But other than that, I mean, it's extremely close.
Yeah, Shadow Mr. T going for the first dive. Fleury deciding, no, just a couple more levels. We'll just make it safe. And having identified that the bad men go down to pretty much guaranteed 2 nukes, opting to tone it down a little bit with the AoE damage, just to kind of conserve resources.
Yeah, I mean, Badman grind doesn't seem to be doing too bad for us. Oh, Lich is still good. Why? But we did get a Lich. So, dropped something. I went to pick it up and I didn't expect to see Lich on the screen.
Speed Bump Mark II, living up to its name.
Yeah, it does. Carry to Kelly.
Going for some white shirt evasion strats as we swing nuke. Nuke for 312 is not bad. Swirl is going to rain on our parade, but we get real lucky with the rolls on the tiny targets.
Yeah. If you were going to have those 4 rolls, it's pretty much where you want it.
Gonna heal 3, top off health a little bit. Light Axe swings in, 4 hits 139. Coral Sword for 62. Yeah. Thanks, Thief. Fade for 154 and we're through.
And
we really didn't do anything.
Fades away. Yeah, it's some AoE attacks. Didn't manage to take anybody down, so just taxing our resources here.
Question check. Can you mute Carry 2? You can, it's just very unlikely. I believe Carry 2 has like 198 MDef. I know it's not, at least I'm pretty sure it's not the full 200, but it's like comically close. And without status weakness anymore, your mute is going to be somewhere in not great odds to land.
The Fleury taking a lich seems to be around level 24. We offer the Black Mage up for sacrifice.
As is tradition.
I might have kept the Thief on top, honestly.
Yeah, that Thief isn't really doing anything, and that Black Mage is our melee augmenting powerhouse.
Oh.
Would have been.
Oh.
We still had a knight.
Ouch.
In order to augment the melee, you have to have a melee to augment, and right now we just have that Thief.
It's like, well, the White Mage is supposed to be in the 3rd slot, right? Like, hopefully Kraken will, for, Shadowmr241's sake, hopefully Kraken will go a little slow and we can get through it with some of our spell charts.
Looks like we're continuing to buff and hoping that we can withstand the assault long enough to get our offense off the ground. Walk 2 goes out, White Shirt goes out, incoming melee destroys the Black Mage. We're running low on party members.
White Mage needs to stay up. White Mage is our only source of life left here.
8 hits for 230 is fine. 8 hits for 279 is perfectly whatever. Fade goes out for 94, and down goes the White Mage.
That's probably just going to be it.
I would think that is reset time, but Shadow Mr. T presses on and lands.
And we see a Bane out of Kraken, too. Unfortunate. Decides to grind up a little bit here, probably.
Fleury now in the driver's seat.
Yep. See how we handle our friend the Kraken.
We leave the knight up front, and we're going with evasion, fast, and temper. Temper goes off, fast goes off, White Shirt goes off. Are we doing a test swing of that fighter? Ooh.
Yep. 215's not too bad for one round.
Not too bad, but we need to keep him upright. Opting to dang the torpedoes full speed ahead pays the price for his hubris.
Yep.
Flipping to nuke and fade strats.
We've got 600-ish damage done on Kraken already. Ooh. Kraken is just a punchy boy today.
Fade goes out 105.
Ooh, oh, that was luck. Oh, wow. So
Fleury makes it through.
That puts Kraken at about 1,000 hit points, 900. So that meant that, like, shadowmr241 was pretty close.
And it's basically melee only.
Oh, yeah. Just punches for 400 each time. I'm pretty sure the plus vitality on the White Mage is what saved it.
Yeah.
See how kind Tia can be.
All right, Tia 2, take it away.
Yep. So we've got. Oh, we decided to put the fighter at the bottom now. We're conserving fighters. We got Fast comes out, White Shirt comes out, and then we cast a temper. Yep. So let's see what it's 771. Where's our lock? Brew stacks, more temper. Ooh. Ooh, and the Black Mage goes down to
very big nuke rolls.
that was 7 hits for 300. Do heal up here, which is good. Stop doesn't affect our ribbon wearer or our fighter's elite status. I wouldn't mind seeing throwing out that block 2 here. Oh, okay. Tier 2 is down. Just nuclear in our script is a little scary. But, so now we got chaos. We haven't seen nuclear. We haven't seen Tier 4. So, this might be fun.
Let's see if there's any more last-minute adjustments. Sliding the fighter down to the bottom slot, leaving the Black Mage up front. It's chaos time. Here we go. The buffs begin. Temper and fast, ready to go. Gonna go with White Shirt. And defense. We want to get that Knight evade capped as high or as soon as possible. Lightning 2 is basically a free turn, gives us time to maneuver. Buffs successfully go off. That Knight is halfway to evade cap. Looks like we're going to go with some double temper, another White Shirt, another ruse. No, we're done. Yeah. Let's see what we got for offense. 7 hits, 306. Solid number of hits. I think I would just stick with the tempers from here on out. Oops, we ran out on the Black Mage, so we got 3 more on the Red Mage. Gonna also ruse the White Mage just to try to avoid any melee shenanigans. 5 hits, 244. Chaos, sensing danger, goes to attack the White Mage. Only gets through for 150. Nuke goes out for 118. That Black Mage is basically a nuke totem for however long it's still alive. Yet more tempers going off. Melee Swing gets in for 6 hits. Probably doing okay for damage so far. I suspect we're closing in at around 1,000 done. Final Temper coming out of that Red Mage. Final Heal 3 coming out of that White Mage. And I don't think we have much else in the way of healing magic. 6 hits, 756 out of the Knight. And Chaos is still standing, but all he has is lit 2, so I don't think Chaos is going to be around much longer. He's not. Nuke for 149.
Yeah, Chaos. Let's everybody get your GGs in chat for Fleury14 with an official race time of 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 15 seconds.
GG.
GG's. So while we see if Fleury's going to come join us for a little discussion, Shadow Mr. T is on carry 2. And we are joined in the booth with Fleury14. GG's, Fleury.
Thank you.
So, while while we watch Shadow Mr. T finish their current Topher dive, why don't you tell us how did you find that seed?
So I'm a little sad that I've gone 3 for 3 on early required ice, but with Nuke and Fade at level 1, I there's not really too much to complain about with this seed. There's been a lot jerkier seeds out there. I thought this one was relatively nice. I think my biggest gaffe was knowing that I had that much AoE. I should have probably stopped checking trap tiles and just planned on doing a floor 3 Topher grind with that much AoE. So probably spent a few minutes there checking trap tiles I didn't really need to. The encounter table in dungeons around like the 3rd or 4th encounter seemed absolutely terrible. Maybe it was just me. Don't really know exactly what to do about that, but yeah, like really happy with how this turned out.
Oh yeah, I think you made your way through the seed quite well. I will go ahead and ask though. So, you had found the Agrima tile at the bottom of, was it Earth or fucking?
Or 4th floor Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you did decide to leave it alone. Do you want to kind of talk to us about that decision a little bit?
As I'm going through that, I saw the Agma tile and I'm thinking, what's faster, going through this or casting Nuke on a bunch of evil men or bad men? And I think the latter is faster. So that's why I did it. But seeing that definitely made me think, okay, there's a good grind tile on the table. Expect levels to be decent at some point in time. If there's a black belt in the bottom of Earth, that might have changed things a little bit, I suppose. But yeah, that was, as I'm walking through Earth, I'm thinking, what's the plan? And I had settled on, once I saw the Agma tile, that was when I finally settled on just do Topher. Right, you'll be fine.
Yep, I think that makes sense. So what questions do you have for our winner today?
So, I believe that you had the Oxyale when you were over on the Onrak continent. Thoughts on fading Sea Shrine?
A little worried about the seafood party platter, and just the encounters in general. Having not seen a whole lot of really mean scripts from any of the other monsters so far, I kind of feel like with enough seeds, they're in there somewhere. You just have to find them. And then, hello, Death Touch Gargoyles and Earth. Oops. Glad I remembered that, because like after I got whatever I got from the waterfall, I'm like, logically Floater has to be like, what am I missing? And then I remember the vendor item was still there. I was like, oh, better check that. And then it was the floater, and I'm like, all right, if that's not the floater in the vendor item, I don't even remember what I had left after that. So
you had just picked up the key, so
that's right.
Key might have led to floater.
Key might have led to floater. But I had felt like it was soon. So if I'm gonna get the airship, all right. I kind of prefer going air if I have the option, and I usually don't mind doing like an extra turn in to do it. But I think in this case I was like, all right, we'll just do Earth.
So Shadow Mr. T, about to approach Chaos, taking a little bit of time to fill up on heals before setting foot onto the floor itself. We'll see if we do any last minute gear jiggling or party adjustments, but it looks like we're just going to storm right in. It's Chaos time. The front thief is going to go with ruse strats. The knight, I believe, is going to also go with ruse strats out of a defense sword. White shirt goes off. That thief, I believe, is evade capped. The knight is halfway there. Chaos again opening with lightning 2. Ain't going to do much, but it does do around 100 damage to that black wizard. Going to be a bit rough to get some temper charges out of it if we take much more damage. Continuing with the evasion strats, going for temper. Another lightning 2 does another almost 100 to the black mage. It's down to 61. We're going to need some healing if we're going to keep it upright. Thief going for saber, more temper charges going off. Looks like we're converting over to melee. The white mage is out of fades, so it's basically got the option to keep lifting the white shirt or stand there. Gonna go with the white shirt. Some fast buffs going off. White shirt goes off first. Here comes Ice 2. I don't see that black mage living. It doesn't. All the melee buffs are out. 4 hits 98 out of the thief. 6 hits 113 out of the knight. Considering our options, we're going to fast the thief and keep a swinging. See how that light axe does. 5 hits 39. That leash. Woof. Not a good number to see. We're going to keep powering up that light axe to see if we can squeak a little bit more power out of it. 6 hits 112. It's fine. Chaos casts fast, but we haven't really seen any melee out of him, so that's basically kind of a free turn right now. Oops, I lied. In goes the punch, but it misses. 5 hits 76 out of the light axe. That thief is now a glorified black mage in that we don't really have much to do but buff with it. More bad spells coming out of Chaos. Lock 2. 8 hits 161. That is just sort of more damage, but it's not great. 7 hits 288. We are in fact getting there. And a devastating Cure 4 from Chaos lets us know the kind of struggle we're in for today. 7 hits 544. The light axe wakes up. Incoming nuke takes out the ninja. We're down to 2 party members under 100 health and out of healing options. It's time to chug for justice as the light axe gets in. 7 hits 382. Let's try that again. 7 hits 382 seems good. Lightning 2 doing some more chip damage. We're trying to keep that knight kind of a little bit above water. The light axe is still doing some damage, but at the rate Chaos is going through this spell list, that Cure 4 is distant on the horizon. We've definitely cycled through, so there is a Cure 4, there is a nuke. We'll see the Cure 4 before we see the nuke. Here comes Lightning 2. What is next? 7 hits 202. Those initial bursts after the Cure 4 helped get us there. Shadow Mr. T finishing in second place with official race time 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 25 seconds. Get your GGs out in chat.
GG's to Shadow Mr. T there. And it looks like Shadow will be joining us in the booth as well. So my cat was trying to see.
And we're joined in the booth by Shadow Mr. T. GG.
I played that so poorly.
So, thoughts on the early ice dive?
Well, if it would have worked first try, it would have paid off huge. I was close, but Trance knows what was it? Was it the Wraiths?
Yeah, the Wraiths.
Yeah, that was not fun.
Walk me through the big play of not saving from Provoca all the way to Ice Cave.
Oh, that.
Yeah, that.
Well, it's fine too if I wiped early in Ice Cave, just to be like, oh, never mind, we'll just go check Level 3 Magic and do Marsh. Really wish I would have checked Level 3 Magic first. Seeing that warp hurt.
Otherwise, how do you feel the seed went?
Where was a good weapon?
I don't think either of our runners today, because I don't believe anybody went to Lefane, and I think
Yeah,
that's where we
Lefane definitely had the
used-
pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lefane
That's the last thing. But didn't find Katana in any of the boxes I opened. Oh, not that would have mattered against Chaos. At the end there.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't think we saw much of anything to swing. That light axe, I believe, was Fleury. You were on Team Light Axe too, right? At the end.
I found a defense +2.
Oh, that's right. So.
Not great, but you know, I was actually going to ask, did you find a better weapon by hearing light axe on Chaos?
Yeah, what?
The
Yeah,
weapons
swing
are high.
light. Yep. That crit for Kraken too was just rude first go around. That was just mean. One-shotting my fighter.
Yeah. Okay. First dive was not extremely kind to you, but it's definitely true.
Well, the second dive also wasn't as kind either.
Maybe, bro.
Well, barely. Heal pots for the win at the end against Chaos, because as soon as I saw Cure 4, I'm like, oh no. And then the nuke dropped, I'm like, oh, double no. Not like this. Not after I buffed that ninja with the paint sword.
You pulled it out. So, I think the Fleury ended up getting through Kraken tier, which was kind of the real final boss, with what, 12 hit points left on the light mage.
Something like that.
plus vitality coming in clutch there for us. So
At least the knight can learn life, so it's like, well, provided the knight at least makes it for Kraken, everything's fine. Fire gets crit first turn. I'm like, oh no.
yeah, no, I mean that's definitely Final Fantasy randomizing points happen today for sure.
Well, I think we're going to... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, nothing.
I think we're going to move this along then to final thoughts. We'll start with our winner on stream, Fleury. Final thoughts.
I guess I'd have a question for the two of you who watched it. I had a heck of a time trying to get any kind of consistent running with the Fighter Rainbow, and it sounds like a Shadow Mr. T took the thief. Did, after watching that seed, do you feel like it would have been better to go Fighter Thief, or Fighter Rainbow still the way to go to get? Because I didn't want to miss out on exit.
Right. I think in my opinion on this is going to be skewed. I probably would have ended up going Fighter Red Double Black. But I also see the argument for Fighter Thief Red Black on the back of the +10 luck bonus. That +10 luck is basically going to make that thief basically automatically run from everything.
Right.
Unless, of course, tranced.
Yeah, with this set, I almost assuredly would have gone Fighter Thief Red Black.
Okay, good to know.
I'm not the
a lot
best,
to learn.
so don't necessarily.
I think definitely how Magic, at least early Magic, rolled. I think, yeah, probably having a Red Mage or a White Mage would have been fine.
Yeah, with level 1 Fade, that gives the White Mage something to do. So I think Rainbow was a defensive. Plus the plus Vitality, I think, actually helped a lot with the way the seed runs. So
They got me through Kraken too.
yeah. So,
All right, Shadow Mr. T, final thoughts.
Not really any. Not any that would at least be safe to say on stream.
yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Dark Moon for restreaming and JLo for tracking. Is always the behind the scenes crew members that keep all the lights on, that allow us to do all the talky talk and let you hear us. It's always those people who deserve the biggest thanks.
Especially considering how late it is for the East Coast.
Yeah.
Softnum, why don't you take us home?
Yeah, so just reiterating, thank you to Dark Moon for doing the restream. Thank you for JLo for tracking. I definitely I came into the booth today and I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing the easy job. I get to talk and everybody else has to work. So definitely appreciate everybody. I appreciate our two runners here. Give them a follow if you haven't already. They're both good time to watch, and thank you for joining us today on the Final Fantasy I Randomizer Chaos's Winter Carnival. Good night, everybody.